Christmas dinner 2025. You're sitting at the table doing what you've always done. Smiling, nodding, absorbing everyone's complaints, playing the role of the grateful, accommodating family member who never causes problems. Then something inside you breaks. Not dramatically, quietly. You stop performing. You stop pretending their passive-aggressive comments don't land. You stop laughing at jokes that aren't funny. You stop rushing to fill awkward silences with praise you don't mean. The mask you've worn for years, the one that says, "I'm just happy to be here," slips off, and the room changes immediately. The family that's relied on your emotional labor for decades suddenly doesn't recognize. Their reactions aren't just surprised, they're revealing. Because the moment you stop playing your assigned role, you discover what you actually were to them. You've been taught that family means unconditional love, that showing up and being grateful is enough, that keeping the peace is noble. So you've smiled through boundary violations, absorbed criticism disguised as concern, and made yourself small to keep everyone comfortable. But here's what nobody tells empaths about family dynamics. Your role isn't love-based. It's function-based. You're the emotional regulator, the conflict absorber, the person who makes everyone else's dysfunction tolerable. And the second you stop performing that function, the system reacts like you've betrayed it. The psychology of family systems shows that every member plays a role that maintains equilibrium. The empath's role is usually the accommodator or the peacekeeper. You exist to smooth over tension, validate feelings, and never create problems. The system depends on your compliance. When you drop the mask, you're not just changing your behavior, you're disrupting the entire family's emotional economy. They've built their comfort on your silent absorption of dysfunction. Your sudden authenticity feels like an attack because it forces them to deal with realities you used to buffer for them. Meet Lauren, who spent 30 Christmases playing the grateful niece. She praised her aunt's dry turkey, laughed at her uncle's inappropriate jokes, and absorbed her mother's passive-aggressive comments about her life choices. Every year, same script. She was the easy one, the one who never complained. Christmas 2025, Lauren walked in different. When her aunt made the usual comment about Lauren still being single, Lauren didn't laugh it off. She said calmly, "I don't find that funny anymore." Just that. No explanation, no apology. The table went silent. Her aunt's face went from joking to offended in seconds. The rest of dinner, Lauren stayed quiet when she would normally fill silences. She didn't rush to compliment the food. She didn't ask everyone about their lives to deflect from her own. She was polite, but no longer performing gratitude and accommodation. She was just present. Her family's reaction revealed everything. Her mother pulled her aside later and said, "You're being rude. What's wrong with you?" Her aunt told other relatives that Lauren had changed and wasn't herself. Her uncle asked if she was going through something, as if her authenticity was a symptom of crisis. Lauren realized that, to her family, being herself meant being accommodating. The real her, with boundaries, with honest reactions, with selective engagement, registered as a problem. They didn't miss the real Lauren. They missed the function she performed. This is called role violation shock. When someone stops playing their assigned family role, the system experiences it as betrayal. Not because they love you and want you back, because they need the function you served. Your emotional labor was keeping their dysfunction comfortable. The brain processes unexpected behavior changes as threats. Your family's neural patterns have been conditioned to expect you to behave a certain way. When you deviate, their brains flag it as wrong, dangerous, or offensive. Their reaction isn't about you. It's about their discomfort with pattern interruption. Think about Michael, who played the mediator in his family for 25 years. Every holiday, when arguments started, Michael smoothed them over. He validated both sides, found common ground, and made sure everyone left without blowing up. His empathic nature made him perfect for this role. Christmas 2025, an argument started between his brother and father.
the usual political fight that happened every year. Michael, for the first time, didn't intervene. He sat quietly, eating his food, letting them handle their own conflict. The argument escalated. His mother looked at him desperately, waiting for him to fix it. He didn't. The argument burned itself out after 10 uncomfortable minutes. Later, his mother cornered him. "Why didn't you help? You always help." Michael said, "It's not my job to manage their relationship." Her face showed genuine confusion, as if he'd said something incomprehensible. To his family, Michael's empathy wasn't a gift. It was a job. And when he stopped doing that job, they experienced it as him failing to be who he was supposed to be. Their love was conditional on his function. When the function stopped, the love felt different too. This is the empath's core realization. Much of what you thought was family love was actually family need. They needed your emotional regulation, your conflict absorption, your constant accommodation. When you provided it, they called it love. When you stopped, they called it a problem. The psychology of enmeshment explains this. In dysfunctional family systems, people don't relate as individuals, they relate as roles. Your identity isn't Lauren or Michael, it's the accommodating one or the peacekeeper. When you step outside that role, they literally don't know how to relate to you.
Think about how children are conditioned into their family roles. If you were praised for being easy or no trouble or so understanding, you were being trained to prioritize everyone else's comfort over your own authenticity. That training runs deep. Breaking it feels like breaking yourself. But here's what happens when you drop the mask. You discover who actually loves you versus who loves what you do for them. The people who react with anger, guilt-tripping, or rejection when you set boundaries were never loving you. They were using you. Consider Jessica, whose family praised her for years as the strong one who could handle anything. What that actually meant was she absorbed everyone's emotional dumping, never complained, and always showed up no matter what. Her strength was their convenience. Christmas 2025, Jessica said no to hosting. Just no. She'd hosted for 8 years straight, cooking for 15 people, cleaning for days before and after, never asking for help. This year, she said, "I'm not hosting. Someone else can." The family group chat exploded. Her mother called her selfish. Her sister said she was ruining Christmas. Her brother suggested she was being dramatic. Nobody said, "Thank you for the 8 years you did host," or "How can we help you this year?" They just wanted their function back. Jessica realized her family didn't see her as a person with limits. They saw her as a resource. When resources try to set boundaries, people who've been using them react like you're stealing something that belongs to them. Your capacity was never yours to them. It was theirs. The transformation here isn't about becoming cold or cutting people off. It's about standing in your actual self instead of the accommodating performance you've been giving. It's terrifying because you've been trained to believe that your real self is unlovable, that only the accommodating version deserves connection. But the families that react with anger or rejection when you drop the mask are proving that belief right about them, not about you. They can't handle your authenticity because they never related to you. They related to the role you played. The neuroscience of authenticity shows that living in constant performance mode activates your threat response system chronically. Your nervous system knows you're not safe to be yourself. When you finally drop the mask, your body experiences relief, even if your family experiences outrage. Think about the confidence it takes to sit at that Christmas table and just be, not entertaining, not accommodating, not performing gratitude you don't feel, just eating your food, speaking when you have something real to say, and letting the awkward silence exist without rushing to fill it.
That silence terrifies families who've relied on your performance. Silence means they have to sit with their own discomfort. They have to face the dysfunction you use to buffer. They have to actually interact with each other instead of using you as the emotional middleman. Meet Brandon, whose family used him as the emotional translator for years. When his father was angry but wouldn't say why, Brandon interpreted. When his mother was hurt but passive-aggressive, Brandon explained. He made everyone understandable to everyone else, so they didn't have to communicate directly. Christmas 2025, Brandon stopped translating. His father made a passive-aggressive comment. His mother looked at Brandon, expecting him to smooth it over. Brandon said nothing. The discomfort hung there. His parents had to actually address each other for the first time in years. They didn't know how. The evening was awkward as hell, but Brandon left without the usual emotional hangover. He hadn't absorbed everyone's unspoken tension. He hadn't carried their inability to communicate. He'd let them own their own dysfunction, and they resented him for it. Later, his sister texted him, "You made things weird." Brandon realized weird meant uncomfortable for them. He'd been making things comfortable for them his entire life at the cost of his own peace. The first time he stopped, he was the problem. This is the pattern. Empaths maintain dysfunctional family systems by absorbing the dysfunction. When you stop absorbing, the dysfunction becomes visible. The family doesn't thank you for revealing the truth. They blame you for destroying the comfortable lie. The psychology of scapegoating kicks in here. When family systems are confronted with their own dysfunction, they need someone to blame. The person who changed, who dropped the mask, becomes the problem. You're not revealing dysfunction, you're creating it in their minds.
Think about how much energy you've spent managing other people's emotions, keeping peace and making sure everyone else is comfortable. That energy was yours. You gave it freely because you thought that was love. But love doesn't require you to disappear. When you drop the grateful relative mask, you're not being difficult, you're being honest. You're showing up as you actually are instead of as the role they assigned you. The families that can't handle that were never handling you in the first place. Consider the different reactions. Some families react with anger. How dare you change the script? Some react with guilt. After everything we've done for you? Some react with confusion. Why are you being like this? All of these reactions share one thing. They center their comfort, not your authenticity. But some families, rare ones, react with curiosity. What changed for you? Or, I didn't realize you felt that way. These families might actually grow with you. They're capable of relating to you as a person instead of a function. Those are the relationships worth maintaining. The confidence to drop the mask comes from accepting that you might lose relationships built on your performance. Those relationships weren't real anyway. They were transactional, your accommodation in exchange for belonging. But belonging you have to earn by disappearing isn't belonging. Think about the empath who walks into Christmas 2026 just being themselves. Not rude, not cold, just authentic. They respond honestly instead of strategically. They say no when they mean no. They don't fill silence to ease others' discomfort. They exist as a person, not a function. Some family members will adjust. They'll learn to relate to the real you. Some won't. They'll keep waiting for you to go back to the role you played. They'll treat your authenticity as a phase, a problem, or a punishment toward them. Let them. Your job isn't to make your authenticity comfortable for people who prefer your performance. Your job is to live in alignment with who you actually are. The relationships that survive that shift are the real ones. The psychology of relational authenticity shows that relationships built on false selves don't satisfy attachment needs.
You can be surrounded by family and still feel completely alone because nobody's connecting with the real you. Dropping the mask might cost you connection, but you weren't truly connected anyway. By the time you leave that holiday gathering, you've learned something crucial. The family members who react with anger or rejection when you're authentic are showing you they loved your function, not your person. That clarity hurts, but it frees you. January 2026 starts different. You're not recovering from performing. You're not carrying everyone else's emotions. You're not wondering why family gatherings leave you drained. You showed up as yourself, and whoever couldn't handle that revealed their limitations, not yours. This holiday season, give yourself permission to drop the grateful relative mask. Stop performing accommodation you don't feel. Stop absorbing dysfunction that isn't yours. Stop making yourself small so others can stay comfortable in patterns that harm you. The families that can handle your authenticity will grow with you, and the ones that can't were never truly seeing you anyway. So you've got nothing real to lose.